Hey guys, I had some questions about how to spin YouTube videos together. And if you're going to use the method that I discovered in the SEO site build that I did for SEOnation.net, then what I'm doing is I'm just using the YouTube URLs, and then also you can use YouTube playlist URLs, okay, and spin them together, and then you wrap those in tags or shortcodes that are provided by a specific plugin called Viper's Video Tags or something like that, which is mentioned in that training. Viper's Video Quick Tags, okay, and basically all you do is wrap the video tags. That wasn't what I was looking for. One moment. Right here. So, yeah, it's right here. Okay, so you see this is like a little short code, and it's just square bracket YouTube, close square bracket, and then you just put the YouTube URL right in between it, and then you just do a closing tag, which is just, square bracket / YouTube square bracket. So you just basically wrap the URLs in there. So the idea here is, and you can see that what I did was, these are playlist URLs right here that we're looking at, but you can do it with regular YouTube URLs as well, okay? And you just want to create spin tacks out of them once you've got your list. So for example, I'm going to jump back over into my Semantic Mastery YouTube channel, and I had just gone over to playlists and selected the Hump Day Hangout playlist right here. So I'm going to open that in a new tab. And then I have actually done episode 19 through 10 is what you see right here. Okay, you can see episode, and I just put a label here, but this is just the playlist URL share link for each one of these videos from when you're inside the video player, the playlist player. So for example, let me just go ahead and open up on video number 9 because that's the next one in this series. If I click on that,
Trouble.
you'll see that the video starts to play, and I can come down and click on share, and I can grab this share URL, and you can see there's a drop down here that says share the playlist starting from current video, or you could do it from start of playlist. It really doesn't matter. The reason why I like to do this is because, number one, we're embedding a playlist, which means that juice will flow to the video itself. But look what else it does. It also flows juice into the rest of the playlist, right? So that's why I like to do that. And plus, the other thing, guys, is remember, this is just, again, more diversity, okay? So, for example, just to make this clear, if I were to take this URL right here, because the way the playlist URLs work out is there's always the regular YouTube URL, and then there's an ampersand, and then the list, and then the rest of the list ID, basically. But if I were to copy before the ampersand and just go ahead and paste that into another tab, I'll show you what I mean.
That you would do.
This. I'm going to drag this back over here so it's handy. But you can see this is the regular URL, okay? So this is the regular URL for just this video. There's no playlist present. You see that? Well, this is the same video, but it's just in the playlist URL format, okay? Which you don't want to grab this one here. Well, I guess you probably could, but I'm just using the share URL. And by the way, that gives you another, we'll talk about that in a minute. Let me just go ahead and copy this. And I want it to show from the current video. So essentially you're getting two different links for the same video, one of which will benefit the entire playlist and therefore benefit all of the other videos in the playlist as well. But it's good to have both, right? Both of those URLs. So let me just come back over here and I'll paste this in place. No, wait a minute. That was the regular URL, and we'll get to that too because we want to do, again, we want to do both. We want to have both versions. And guys, some of you might be pulling videos that aren't in playlists. I'm just trying to show you that you can add diversity, and also playlists are incredibly powerful for SEO for YouTube. If you learn how to use playlists, they're really, really powerful. Okay, so what I want to do is come back down here and grab my playlist URL, the share link, and then I'll show one other thing too. And we're going to paste that in, okay? So now essentially you can see this is the YouTube playlist URL, and so that's going to count, and that will display a video in the post, okay? As long as you use that Viper's Video Quick Tags plugin, okay? Once the site is built, you add this plugin and install it, and it will do exactly what it is that I showed. Damn it! I keep clicking on the wrong one. Sorry about that. Okay, so the next thing, like I said, is to grab the URL of the video alone. Okay, and then what about if you go over into that video URL, which is just the standard share or the standard URL out of the address bar? But what if you come down here and click on share? Take a look at the difference. This is the same video and watch what happens. You see the URL, it's different. It's the u2.be. Take a look at this. You see that? There's two different URLs for the same video. Okay? And then here's the playlist URL. And here's one thing that I hadn't even tested yet. But let's check this out. This is the same playlist. Let's see if we just open this in another browser. Does it take me right there? It sure does. So now think about this. Look, so why can't we take this, which that's this playlist right here. You see that, guys? That's this playlist right here. Here is the full URL, the non-shortened version of it, okay? So now, and then remember, both these right here start playing at the same time, which is this video, which is episode number 9. And then there's the regular URL, and then here's the share URL. So now we've got essentially 4 different URLs for the same video. So the reason I'm saying all this is because if we're trying to add diversity to our Shaker or our Lead Gadget sites, you know, using different combinations of the URLs to the same property is going to help, because it's going to make that page more unique, if that makes sense. So by spinning these together, you know, you can get a real, like, for example, if I was to go through my entire playlist, I've currently got 19. And I think I got to put, I don't think I added last week's in because we did episode 20 last week. So I've got to add that in. But if I did that, I'd have essentially 20 URLs, playlist URLs. I could have 2 versions of the playlist URL, the full or long URL, and then the shortened version, which is what you get down here. Okay, then I could grab the individual URL of each video, which would give me another 20 URLs. Then the shortened version of each one of those URLs, that's another 20 URLs. Now we're talking about 80 URLs from just 20 videos. Okay, does that make sense? And then if I go back to my all of the videos in my channel, and I start going through here, I mean, especially for those of you that have, you know, videos that you're trying to promote, or if you're just trying to add any videos from anybody's channel, it doesn't matter. My point is that I can go through here and start pulling out all the videos that are public and adding those URLs too to the spreadsheet or to the spin sheet, right? And that way I could probably literally, if I go through here, I could probably end up with, you know, 250 or 300 URLs that I could spin together, so that I would really have a lot of diversity. It might only be, you know, 60 or 70 videos, but I could have 4 URLs per video, you know. So, I mean, you're talking 250, roughly 250 different URLs to just add diversity, if that makes sense, okay? So, anyways, once you've collected all of your URLs, and again, guys, I just use Notepad for everything. If you use Notepad++, or you can use a spreadsheet, Excel, or Google Sheets, whatever it is that you want, then all I do is, just like I've taught in some of the other videos, is I just copy the group. I take it over to the optimization with an s.asia. So let me go to text tools. And that's this. And there's a comma separator there. It's optimization with an s.asia. Paste it in. Click this button. Then I copy this. Put it back in my Notepad file. Let's just go down here with it. Okay, and you can see that there's a comma and a space after each one. So then I just go up to find and replace, or the replace button, and I've already got it in there, but you just do comma space, and then next you replace it with just a pipe symbol or a vertical separator, and you click replace all, close it down, and if you come down and take a look, now this is set up in spin format. The only thing that you need at this point is the spin brackets. You need to put the spin brackets around them. Then you go over and just create a shortcode inside of Lead Gadget, just a regular shortcode. And then when you're done, you wrap the shortcode in these YouTube tags. So it would look like this. And then you'd say, my custom shortcode here. And then you'd close it. And that's it, guys. You put this in your content after you're done spinning all your YouTube links together. And again, guys, don't forget, you can use playlist links. You can also use the long URLs and the short URLs. So essentially, for if you're using playlists, you can get two versions of the playlist URL. If you're not using playlists, you can get, and you're just using the individual videos, then you can get two versions of the video URL. So you might as well get both. It will add more diversity to your page. Okay, and then you just copy your custom shortcode stuff just like this, and you paste it into your content, and voila, now you've got a very unique ability to post YouTube videos on your site. Now remember, when you first deploy your site, it's gonna show just like this on the page. Okay, you won't see the video until you go install Viper's Video Quick Tags plugin and activate it. And once you activate it, then it should show up on your pages. Okay, and then you can actually, there's some settings and stuff inside the plugin that you can modify to like display different size videos and things like that, and you can play around with that to get it the way that you want it. All right, so I hope that helps.